Seedance 2.5 has just been released, and I can tell you for free that this tool is an absolute beast, a must-have in your AI filmmaking toolkit. One of the new features is that you can now generate 30 seconds video from one single prompt. And that's not all, you can upload up to 50 images for your generations. Now, without wasting so much time, let me show you one of the first tests I did using Seedance 2.5.
We are sending you back to 1818. Your job is to stop this woman from having any seed. Its existence threatens our future.
The past? What has it got to do with our future?
There will be no future for us if he is born.
Mission accepted. We can't allow you go on that mission. Our future depends on it.
This is amazing. Now let's jump right in and see how I pieced this video together. And then later on, we'll analyze the video and see what worked and what did not work so well. So first thing, how did I access Seedance? So as of today, you can only access Seedance 2.5 on their official website, which is Dreamina. But it seems they've not rolled this out to Africans yet, or should I say to Nigerians, because I just could not access Seedance 2.5 on this platform. What it's giving me here is Seedance 1.0. So what did I do? I had to jump back to CapCut. So before we jump over to CapCut and piece this together, if you want to create professional AI films, the first thing you need to do is to create your character sheet. Now, if you don't know what a character sheet is, this is a character sheet. One of the importance of a character sheet is that it helps the AI to recognize who the character is. So each time the character has to appear, it already knows the facial features of the character from different directions. So how do you create this character sheet? What you need to do is go over to Claude or ChatGPT and explain your character to the minutest detail. Because if you were to do a film the traditional way, you also know how the character should appear or the kind of look you want for your actor or for your actress. So that's what I also do for all my AI projects. So what I did was to go over to Claude and I told Claude that I want a female dark character, an assassin. She is bald head and she's wearing a blue tactical uniform. And then I also added one more feature, which is the color of her eyes, one, and then the markings on her face. In fact, for the entire film, all the characters had that same kind of markings on their face, just to give it a different, vibe. So once you give that simple instruction to Claude and you tell it, I want a 2x4 character sheet. This is a 2x4 character sheet. It will go ahead and give you a prompt. So you can take that prompt and go over to your AI platform and input it there to create your image. But for me, I use two different platforms and I'll tell us why shortly. So these are the character sheets I created. This, and then I created the chamber. This is not a character sheet. This is just the chamber where I wanted the first scene to unfold. Then if you check every other character, you will notice they all have their unique look. Then the same thing for the elders. This woman, in fact, this one is a bit different because I just wanted her to have this like albino feel. These are the little details that make your project stand out. So to create this first character, what I did was to go over to Higgsfield. When you input your prompt here, what I used was GPT Image 2.0. That's what I used to create this character sheet. But if you have ChatGPT, you can also use ChatGPT to create this same character sheet. So why am I saying this? I just want you to know that even if you have the free version of ChatGPT, you can also use it to create your character sheet. That's a free tip for you. If you want the exact prompt I use for this character sheet, just type prompt in the comment section and I will share them with you. This is CapCut, and as you can see here, you have AI videos, Seedance 2.5, but please, let me just make this clear. You can only access Seedance 2.5 if you have a pro plan on CapCut. Let me just click on the project I created. What you need to do is come over to the Generate tab. Over here, you see we have AI image and AI video. So under the AI video, by default, is already on Seedance 2.5. What I did next was to bring in my character sheet into this place. So what you need to do is to move from image to video to omni-reference, because this omni-reference is what allows you to bring in multiple images and then be able to use them across different scenes. Over here, it says that reference up to 30 images. So what I did, click on the plus sign, upload from computer. So I brought in all my characters into this place. After bringing my characters, I need to impute my prompt. Again, I use Claude to refine my prompt. And in this prompt, I explained what I wanted to unfold in that scene, how I wanted the scene to start from the wide shot and then move to a close-up, and how I wanted the elders to be arranged within that arena. As you can see, this is the prompt it gave me: 30 seconds, photorealistic, blah, 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 and blah. I'll go ahead and copy this prompt. So let's see how to use this inside CapCut. So if I go back to CapCut, all I need to do is to impute the prompt here. So if you go ahead and generate it like this, it will just give you a bad image. So I have all my characters here, and the only way you can call up your characters is to use the @ symbol. So for instance, here where it says the opening shot, high angle, looking down over the entire chamber, where it says chamber, because Seedance 2.5 would not know which of these images is a chamber, so you have to reference it. And the way you reference it is to use art and then call up the image. So this is what I will do. I will go through the prompt and then use art to call up the specific image that I want. Now, this is good, but I think this is also a problem that CapCut needs to address. And let me show you guys why. Because if you go back to my file, so these are my characters. This is how I named the characters. Elder 1, Elder 2, Elder 3, up to the last Elder. Then this is supposed to be the agent, Agent 20. That's supposed to be her name. I believe that CapCut has to have a features that allows you to bring in those characters in and give them a name, because if you can upload up to 30 images here, how do you identify which is which? Because by the time you bring in the images into CapCut, it simply sees them as image 1, so image 1, image 2, image 3, up to the last image, which is image 11. And that is a big challenge because you don't know which is which. So what I did was to rename it from the first, which is the chamber, image 1, then the elders, all of that. Then the main character, which is supposed to be this lady, I named her as image 10. So this is how I was able to know which character is which. Now let me tell you why this is a problem that CapCut needs to address. One is, if you have 30 characters, there must be a way for you to name those characters, because if there's no way for you to name them and you have 30 images, how do you know which is which? So, but if you check Higgsfield, Higgsfield allows you to upload your image and give it a name. So for instance, you see I have this lady, which is Boss Lady. I have another actor here. I have an art gallery. I have gallery hallway. So I know all of those things because I've given them a name, right? So you can check all these characters, each have a name. So why is this useful? Let me show you. If I impute my prompt here and I simply type art, it will bring up the names of all my characters. So I don't have to start thinking which one is image 1. I already know who is Boss Lady. And if I go back to the next one, I know the art gallery, which is supposed to be an interior of the art gallery. I know the balcony of the art gallery. So I know all my characters and I can easily call them up, even if I have 500 of them. So CapCut, I think you have to just look into this, because if we have 30 images here, how do we know which is which? You can't be saving them as image 1, image 2, image 3. No, I just think it's a bit redundant. Sorry, that's just an aside, but I just thought to throw that in. However, once you bring in your prompt, make sure you go through the prompt, then use the @ symbol to tag the image you want. So let's just see what I did. I've tagged the first image. So if I read this through the slowly descending and pushing and gradually framing the semicircle of elders, the hologram of the woman. So this is supposed to be the woman that's supposed to go and stop in the past. What I did was to take this out, then use the @ symbol to call up her specific image. So now I can't remember which is which, but for the sake of this class, I'm sure you guys get what I'm saying. I'll just say image 5, because that's what I want to show, which is the hologram of that image. So let me just see this 004. So cut to a medium shot of the red hooded elder. Of course, CapCut won't know what is red hooded elder. So I'll do art. I think it's image 9 thereabout. The image 9. So this is the same process I'll follow all through till the last. Because what this does is it helps me to tag which character I want to speak. If we check this one here, the woman that says there will be no future if he is born. I think this is it. So cut to a different elder, then I'll tag her as well. Let me say image 7. As you can see, I've done all the tagging. So what you need to do next is to come over to your settings. So when you come over to your setting, as you can see, you can toggle 30 seconds if you want. But what I did for that first scene was 25 seconds. As of today, the highest resolution you can generate using Seedance 2.5 is 720p. Later on, I'll show you guys how I upscale them to 4K, just so that I have cleaner, clearer footages. Okay, so after confirming your settings, I think one other thing I did here was I chose a 21:9 aspect ratio just to give it that cinematic feel. Then you go ahead and you hit generate. So this is how I was able to generate the first scene using CapCut. Now for the second scene, I pretty much did the same thing. I brought in the two characters and the environment and tagged them like I did before. I set the duration to 18 seconds and I'll explain why shortly. And then I hit generate. So this is how I was able to create these two scenes using CapCut. Now before I show us the next test I did using Seedance 2.5, let's just quickly look into this and see what worked and what did not really work so well. So if you look at this first scene, I believe Seedance did a pretty good job. The composition worked very well, the camera framing worked so well. But the only thing that was a bit off is the dialogue feels rushed. The dialogue for this character, let's just play it and see.
We are sending you back to 1818. Your job is to stop this woman from having any seed. Its existence threatens our future.
The past. What has it got to do with our future?
The first dialogue from those two characters was rushed. I wish it was a bit slow paced, and I think I know why it happened like that. But the one for this woman, I like it.
There will be no future for us if he is born.
But the response from the agent too also feels rushed.
Mission accepted.
So those are the only thing I feel was off in this specific scene. But my thought is maybe because I generated it as 25 seconds clip, if I had extended it to 30 seconds, perhaps this opening scene would have had a little bit more time to breathe and maybe the dialogue would not feel so rushed. But in terms of prompt adherence, the composition, everything worked so well. For the next scene, which is this fight scene, sorry, I'm laughing because it's simply mind-blowing. In terms of prompt adherence, the physics, realism, the body movement, everything feels so real. And mind you, in this specific fight scene, I prompted for it to have a handheld camera feel, just to give it that tension. And I think it did a pretty good job nailing that instruction. So you see why I said Seedance 2.5 is an absolute game changer. A beast, I must say. Now let's look at the next test I did. This next test is a music video, and what I wanted was for the artist or for the character to sing a specific song, but I just couldn't pull that off. Why? If you go back to CapCut, you realize that despite the fact that we can upload 30 images here, you just can't add a music track to it, which is bad. So what I did was to instruct Claude that add these lyrics into the prompt for me, because I have the lyrics. So if I go back to Claude, so these are the lyrics that I want the character to sing, right? So I added like 2 different lyrics. So I copied this and then went back to CapCut and imputed it here. Also, just like before, I uploaded the character sheet for the lady. So once you are done imputing your prompts, you need to set the duration. So for this one, I set it to 30 seconds duration. And then once everything is good, you go ahead and you hit generate. So now let's see the video I generated.
There's something in the way you say my name, soft as midnight in the breeze. Every little glance you give puts my restless heart at ease. And somewhere in this quiet night, my heartbeat begins to see. Love isn't loud or everywhere, it's just you here with me.
Amazing result, right? 30 seconds video, one seamless shot. However, some things worked out well and some did not. In terms of prompt adherence, for the first scene, this is not exactly the location I wanted. I wanted her to be lying on her bed, playing with her phone, but I don't know how it ended up with this. Also, for these shots, I wanted her to walk towards the door, and the camera will slowly pan to the door and then transit into the next scene. Not for her to open the door and then see herself on the other side. No, this is not what I want. But this result is still good. Now, for this second shot, I think this one worked out exactly as I prompted, because I wanted the swing to move towards the camera and then transit into the next scene. So if I play that,
My restless heart at ease.
so as you can see, that worked out well. That transition was perfect. And then for this one too, I think it also worked out well. The composition, the clouds inside the bubble, everything was good. Also, her singing part worked out well. The only unfortunate thing is I just could not upload the original song. Now, before we wrap this video, how much credit does it cost to pull this off? If you are on the monthly pro plan on CapCut, they give you 1,200 credits per month. This subscription is about 14,000 Naira because I'm in Nigeria, so roughly maybe close to $10. So let's see what can you do with that amount of credits using Seedance 2.5. So the first scene I generated, which is the one in that chamber, I set it to 25 seconds. So if I was to generate a clip, it's going to cost me 800 credits. So that's the amount it took to generate that video. For the next scene, I set it to, let me see, 18 seconds. Yes, 18 seconds. And it took 576 credit. So if we're going to generate 30 seconds clip, how much credits will that take? So if I set this to 30 seconds, as you can see, it's going to cost 960 credits. So which means your monthly subscription cannot give you a 1-minute video using Seedance 2.5. Then another downside of using CapCut is this. This video I generated has a watermark, this AI watermark on the top of the video. I wish there's a way we can toggle this off. So please, maybe there's a setting here that I'm not aware of, but if you guys know, just let me know in the comment section. I believe CapCut will give us the option to toggle this watermark off. So guys, you've seen the two tests I did. What's your take on Seedance 2.5? For me, this tool is a must-have in your AI filmmaking toolkit. What we have currently is an absolute game changer. So before I wrap up for today, going forward, we're going to have bi-weekly live streams. And those bi-weekly live streams, it will be live practical sessions. There's no editing, no cutting. So you see the mistakes, you see what works and what did not work. And the good thing about that is you get to ask me questions during that live sessions. So that's it for today. If you find this tutorial insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. My name is Osasume, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.